anywhere in the world, and I've just been out and about to Harvard Square. One of the peculiarities of this college town is that it rolls up the streets at about midnight. And for generations, students have been saying, but I'm just getting going by midnight. I don't have any place to go, which is true. So the university always catered in local parentis to students and has had a hand in opening up two new not night clubs, they're night spots. One of them is called Tasty Burger, and I'm going to give them a qualified review right now. I go because I was one of the people who would complain. Not now, because you don't see me out and about Harvard Square at midnight. Up, yes, at my computer, yes, writing, yes, but not out and about. But I want to report on the Tasty Burger. This is of earth-shattering importance if you are a Harvard person or aspire to be a Harvard person. You will need to know these facts. The Tasty Burgers are now open right in the middle of Harvard Square, and so I went there for lunch with Mr. Joseph. We drove in, and here is my candid review. The Zoom's hot dogs were excellent. I've been waiting for 25 years for Zooms to come back to Harvard Square, and now at last it has. So I'm thrilled. And for those of you who are ignorant on the matter of what a Zoom hot dog is, I'm going to tell you. It's a large frankfurter with grainy mustard, sauerkraut, and a good German Deutscher bun. Wonderful and good value, but don't get two. I made the mistake of ordering two, but I could barely get through one. They're huge. On the other hand, avoid the crispy chicken. Mr. Joseph reports that it was like eating a piece of plastic. So crispy chicken may be avoided. The raspberry lime rookies were the disappointment of the day. I am a connoisseur of raspberry lime rookies, and I have been for over 60 years. I've been having them. And I had a person in that burger place. This isn't a real one. This isn't authentic. We have a hysterical 67-year-old muttering on about the authenticity of the raspberry lime rookies was, I think, an eye-opening experience for them. But anyone could be so passionate. There was not enough raspberry syrup in those raspberry lime rookies, and I protested vehemently. I brought over the waitress, I brought over her mentor, I said, this is not authentic. But sir, they put some more raspberry syrup, but it wasn't good enough. It just didn't have the flavor. So unfortunately I have to refer people back to Bartley's Burger Basket for the, for those of you that do not know what a raspberry lime rookie is, you will never experience a thrill of a summer day without one. Well, Stan, do you have any knowledge about any of these subjects that I'm discussing, or are they, as it were, flying past you?
I have no experience of those items.
We are what we eat. We are what we eat. And that's the subject of today's topic. Okay, this is blueberry season, high blueberry season. This article on blueberries is the most story I ever saw. I wrote it myself. But I am a fanatic. I don't mind if I'm eating a hot dog or a hamburger, but it has to be well prepared. And I think Tasty Burger shows us what it's like to have kids in the kitchen running an establishment they think that a piece of chicken that tastes like a piece of plastic is the way it's supposed to be. No. As Julia Child used to say so well, it doesn't matter what it is, it matters how it is. And if that isn't the truth of the comment, I don't know what it is. That's why one of the reasons she was a grand dame, not because she ate cordon bleu cooking every day of her life, but because she enjoyed whatever she ate, if it was well done. And I want to take this up with all the people in the audience now that are looking at us. That is also the case of internet companies. It matters not what, but how. If you're not getting the services you need, you're not going to achieve the results that you want. So during the next hour or so, Stan Davis and I are going to show you, open your eyes up, and kids of the world, if you're listening to this, don't accept the second rate merely because it's easy to get. Of course it's easy to get. What's difficult to get is fresh. Julia Child used to say this the three words, like in real estate, location, relationship, fresh. Those are the three words. And on that basis, I gave it a qualified B-, possibly C+, in the second visit. Mr. Joseph says that next time we will have the Tasty Burger, which is supposedly their signature dish. We didn't do either of that, so we will have to go back for a few. But I am absolutely adamant I'm going to send them that message over to the manager and say, fix the raspberry lime rookie, you'll never see the back of me again. On that happy note, my name is Dr. Jeff Lant. I'm coming to you from Cambridge, Massachusetts. As you must surely know, I am the CEO and co-founder of Worldprofit at www.worldprofit.com. We are helping people prepare for the fall sales season. Stan, it's just 2 months now. Everybody's out and about. The temperature is slow. The tempo is lentement. But I'm going to do this for you. 2 months from now, if you stay at mall, you are going to be muerto. You're just going to be dead. Right now is the time when good internet marketers plan for the fall. And if you're not planning for the fall, you're not building your list, well, then there's a big problem. And I'm here with Stan Davis from Nijsnel, South Africa. We call him Stan because most of the time we call him because it's easier to know than Stan. No, that's not true. Is a term and an honorific of great respect for aged, frail people who live in South Africa. Are you an aged, frail one? Have you gone over the aged, frail category?
Yes, definitely. At 77, you qualify for that hands down.
Listen, I wish I were 77 and qualified for hands down. I'm getting even 67. I had to write up the section of my. I'm working on my memoirs, as I think a lot of people know. And for those of you who never have met anyone working on my memoirs, it is a fantastic experience. It's very frustrating because you want to be honest, you want to be true, and you're confronting with the big question: what is honest and what is true? Honest about what? How honest? How true? What's enough? What's too much? It's a constant series of selections as you have to make, because I'm writing a book that I know is going to be a classic. I sense it's going to be a classic. It reads like a classic. And so that places even more of a burden to make sure that it is a classic. One of the strange things is many of you, as you get older, will encounter this book along the way, or be in a used bookstore, or be on somewhere for Amazon. And you'll say, I was there. And you'll say, what was Dr. Lant like? I don't know, I was sleeping. It was summer and I slept. Don't sleep through the experience. I can assure you it's like being having Shakespeare out to lunch. We are going to have today the good fortune of talking to Stan Davis about things I need to do to make money on the net. We see so clearly why you guys are not there, why you guys are failing. We know, we see it every day. We don't need another failure. It's like Jackie DeShannon used to say, we don't need another mountain. We have mountains enough to shine. We need to, we need love, more love. It's true. We do not need another person coming in here telling me why they're failing. I could tell you in my sleep why you're failing. You probably will. Before we get into that stuff, we're going to read the article of the day because it is Blueberry time. I'm working with it. My voice, for those of you who catch it, is kind of raspy. It does this time of the year. It has to do with the terrible temperatures in Canada. We have this awful humidity, which makes you sound like a cigarette until you do, and you burn yourself. Of blueberries, they are mine. This is one of over 1,000 articles that I wrote in the last 3 or 4 years. My goal was to provide absolute cutting-edge content to everyone in the world for free. And to my consternation, people understood the need for content. I mean, it was Bill Gates who kept saying, content is king, content is king, content is king. And he understood that. But so many people would come to me, what do you mean content? What does blueberries have to do with anything? Blueberries are something that people are interested in, especially this time of year. Those travel up to Maine like I have. The highways are packed with blueberry pickers. I don't mean those that come from Mexico. I mean people like me who go into the fields and pick their own. Oh, God, what a thrill that is. This article was written July the 20th, 2011. We are just now in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts being fried by one of the worst heat waves in our long history. Mitigating factors are few and far between, and meteorologists are enjoying themselves digging for obscure facts. Do not use the debilitating heat. One thing helps in this climate, and that is blueberries. And so this is the subject of today's reflections, and not a moment too soon, for today promises to be another scorcher. Before continuing, I want to remind you of an appropriate tune that will perhaps just provide just the right background for remarks. You've known this tune your entire life. It was recorded by many artists, perhaps most notably Louis Armstrong in 1949. And Fats Domino in the 1950s did a rock and roll version. It is, of course, Blueberry Hill. And I suggest you go to any search engine and find your favorite rendition. If you're alone, but only if you're alone, belt out your favorite version. You'll have fun doing it. And make sure the neighbors are not in earshot. Maybe you will not understand. I found my thrill on Blueberry Hill. Oh, stop. It enters a public safety. My sentiments on blueberries. I am a prodigious eater of blueberries. I don't just eat them, I live for them. Why, the room in which I am writing today was even painted in a delicious shade called Blueberry Muffin. At $3.99 a box at Montrose Spa, the nearest place for blueberries. And not always the best quality. Shaw's Market in Porter Square takes this price. I am a significant supporter of the entire blueberry industry. Indeed, I say with pride that during blueberry season I dispose of thousands of them. Very few, I confess, shared with another. Which is why I want to share my special poem about blueberries with you. In the nature of a declaration, they must be treated as such. They're mine. Touch my blueberries at your risk. Each one is mine and must for me be kept. Of course you want a basket, and you want more, but have them here you must not even dream, for these berries, each and every one, are mine. And don't attempt to beg for more. These berries are, as I have pointedly said, all mine, and shoo you off I will if you should transgress. Seeing the small plight for every berry on the hill. Now I sense you are about to cry and beg for berries you cannot resist, but these I must insist are mine. And if you fail to find and pick, for fail you must, and force to other hills and selfish folk the same will do. Those berries true will be for me. Sorry, but that's the way it be, for berries and I make two, and we have no need for three even for three. Some facts about blueberries. Blueberries are flowering plants of the genus Vaccinium, a genus that often also includes cranberries and bilberries. The berries themselves are blue and sometimes purple in hue and are perennial. Species in the section Coleonococcus are the most common fruits sold as blueberries and are mainly native to North America. Blueberry flowers are bell-shaped, white, pink, pale pink, or red, sometimes tinged greenish. The fruit is about 5 to 16 millimeters in diameter with a flared crown at the end. They are they are pale greenish at first, then reddish, but finally dark blue or red. Blueberries have a sweet taste when mature with variable acidity. Blueberries just typically bear fruit in the middle of the growing season. Growing times are affected by local conditions such as the altitude and latitude, so the height of the crop can vary from May to August. Cultivated or wild bushes. Blueberries may be cultivated or they may be picked from semi-wild or wild bushes. In North America, the most common cultivated species is V. coriambosum, the northern high bush of the blueberry. So-called wild blueberries, smaller, heavily cultivated high bush ones, are prized for their intense color. The low bush blueberries, V. angustifolium, is found from the Atlantic provinces westward to Quebec and southward to Michigan and the western region. Blueberry connoisseurs may engage in heated exchanges on the merits of both varieties. Indeed, I insist that the so-called wild bee is not only the most beautiful variety, but the most tasty too. I came to this unshakable conclusion one afternoon when returning from Maine, arguably the capital of blueberry nation. Traffic moved so slowly I was able to stop at every roadside stand to taste, truly in the spirit of science, both varieties in ample measure. First sampling one, then the other, then back to the first, thereby avoiding any hint of prejudice. My verdict is final. Where blueberries are grown, Maine produces 25% of all low-bush blueberries in North America, easily making it the largest producer in the world. But the blueberry industry is propagated from native plants that occur naturally in the understory of coastal forests. The Maine crop requires about 50,000 beehives for pollination, with most of the hives trucked from other states for that purpose. The wild blueberry, my favorite of the crop, is Maine's official fruit, and rightly so. Taciturn Mainers do not like to admit its superiority. For them, as for me, they are mine. It should be stated here in the interest of fairness that Michigan, not Maine, is the leader in high bush production, 32% of such blueberries are grown there. New Jersey, Florida, Georgia, and North Carolina also grow them in large numbers. But, as I have told you, these, though they will always do in appearance, lack the distinguishing characteristics prized by animal purists like me. Species of blueberries. Blueberries are sold fresh or processed as intermediary, quick frozen fruit, puree, juice, or dry, or infused berries, which in turn may be used in a variety of consumer goods such as jams, jars, blueberry pies, muffins, snack foods, and cereals. Blueberries have a diverse range of micronutrients with noticeably high levels relative to respective dietary preferences contains of the essential dietary mineral manganese, vitamin B6, vitamin C, vitamin K, and dietary fiber. Especially in wild species, blueberries contain anthocyanins, let's try this again, anthocyanins, other antioxidant pigments and various. Thank you, anthocyanins. Thank you. I only eat them. I do not understand the science of them. other antioxidant pigments, and various phytochemicals, which possibly have a role in reducing risk of some diseases, including inflammation and some cancer. These facts, of course, bolster our affection, but cannot account for our passion for the supreme fruit. Enticing, seducing, secure, not merely in our palate, but in our hearts. For this we must turn to our musicians, our poets. I give you Blueberries by Robert Frost, from 1874 to 1864. In this rattling poem, Frost, who so well knew the land and its bounties, described blueberries as big as the end of the sun, real sky blue and heavy, ready to drop and cavernous pale, and the first one to come. He made sure he was that first one, for he too knew the necessity of coming early and making sure they are mine. But we leave this colloquy with Salvador, who rightly too followed his way on Blueberry Hill, where he no doubt made it clear to all comers, those blueberries, each and every one, are mine. That's my opening salvo for the Blueberry War. Mr. Stan Davis, what do you think about that? They're mine!
Well, it's, I suppose, a question of first come, first served. But if I take in all of the attributes that the blueberries have, they are pretty fabulous. Not only for eating, but also for general health.
I don't allow anyone around me from Crowley, propriety of all my rights of the property. Get out, maggot, get out! These are my berries and you can't have them. They're coming to look longingly at them, and I say, I don't care, I'm not getting them. Nope, don't even get to think of that look as well. Even 10 times that look is not for the anything of my blueberry production. So it happened that I had a double box of them yesterday and one small box this morning. I need more now because I'm out. Anybody else see the blueberry? Blueberry is for people who value this. Fun. Spit it out. I want to know what an antagonist you might be in the house for the blueberry season. They are pure. I call them the Puritan fruit. I can easily see why the Puritans are in love. You know, Maine used to be part of Massachusetts, but in 1820 we parted it away. And a deal on the between Maine and the nation as a free state in 1820. Missouri was a slave state as part of the Missouri Compromise. So the reason we got rid of Maine is because they had nothing they wanted in Massachusetts. They were just absorbing. Of course, before the blueberry industry started, order today we let them go. I would not go none. I think we have to stay part of Massachusetts. The Mainers can go, the fruit can stay. Well, we are here talking with Mr. Stan Davis in the middle of blueberry season. Do they have blueberries in South Africa?
Yes. Obviously, our season is going to be 6 months later than yours, because being in the southern hemisphere, we have to wait for the summer to arrive. And that is from September through to March. So
I need to ask you a question. Are you as capitalistic and proprietary as I am? Do you grab them? Do you develop territorial interest around your blueberries? Let's get to the heart. Or are you a gentleman? And if you're a gentleman, how do you remain under duress?
Well, it is necessary to be discerning when they're available, and then get them, and they then form part of your diet, and not overindulging. But I can see that one can get carried away because of the taste.
The taste is so subtle. When they said that, I said, get out, maggot. See, this is somewhere where you and I you're telling me you would remain a gentleman in the face of blueberries eaten by others. See, I cannot rise to that eminence. I am far too barbaric for that. I cannot share them. I don't even think of sharing. In fact, if anyone even remembers, for example, today I gave Mr. Joseph half of my watermelon. I bought a watermelon a few days ago, and it became obvious that I wasn't going to be able to eat the whole thing for myself. So I gave him half. I didn't feel generous about it. I just thought that it was useful to just you didn't want the watermelon to go bad, But I could never do that with blueberries. He was looking at my blueberries the other day, and I said, don't even think about it. I'm not giving you them. Quite impressed. Anybody else feel that
But
way?
it is fantastic. It is fantastic to see how the berries are then processed and they're available in dried format or in juice format or in puree format, and in that context they enhance the other foods, and it is a very healthy fruit to be able to get hold of in season. Absolutely so.
Well, it's good that my greed and avarice are curbed by the nutritional value. Not that I care. I wouldn't care if they were bad for the same thing. I want to make a confession here. The High Rise Bakery in Cambridge, which is the only true bakery that we have left, sells, they make jams, including blueberry jam, and they sell it for $19 for a reasonably small container. $19. It's an ouch. You can't get out of that place without spending $60 on jam and bread. They charge $19 for a loaf of bread. I wish I was making this stuff up, but I'm not. We were looking at some bread the other day. I happen to, well, I love potato bread. You know, do you have potato bread in South Africa? You must.
Yes, on occasion, yes.
Okay, would you pay $19 for a loaf? I mean, just a regular sized loaf. Now, mind you, right out of the oven, and you get to put your own jams on it, like rhubarb, strawberry, and of course the blend and apricot is to die for. But my all-time favorite is the rhubarb, which they have every other year for some bizarre reason. So you're telling me that there's a limit to what you'll cough up for your pleasures. You are what disciplined dude. I mean, I cannot resist.
When you're a pensioner, you try and budget to remain within the pension available.
This is a new concept I have not heard before. My concept belief is that you're not going to be on this planet forever. Eat the good stuff first.
Oh yes, yes. Although I must say, when I was a child, I seem to recall that my brother and I used to debate what to eat first, and then in the end we decided to leave the sweet stuff right at the end.
Well, I'm afraid I have to take this. For example, a good portion of blueberry jam with potato bread, I could live on that for a day, 2 days. I wouldn't eat anything else. Especially at those prices. Couldn't afford it today. Well, I'll take you to the High Rise Bakery when you come to Cambridge. Undoubtedly, you, like everyone else, have all your favorite places marked on the map. Do you know when your body tells you it's time for pizza, do you know where to go? I mean, I have every place marked in Cambridge for exactly the flavor and taste that I want. I mean, I'm so organized about it. That's why I went to Tasty Burger today, to see where we're going to put them on our list. So far, I'm determined. Patrice says, we have lots growing wild. Well,
our town is too small to offer such a range of choices, but what has happened and seems to be a trend widely, even over the world, and that is to have what is called farmers markets. So you get the produce straight from, and it doesn't come to you in bottles and cans that have preservatives that have all kinds of negative effects. But the preservatives are there because the produce has to travel for a long distance, or it has to stand on the shelf for a long time. So that is why the farmers markets are getting and remain popular.
Well, first of all, I've read about 12 articles about the Cambridge farmers market. I'm right down to the individual stands and really about the people, both the people that are shopping there and the people that present there. And I know a lot of them. In fact, it's to my chagrin that so far this summer I haven't actually made time to go. But I could go and I discuss all the tomatoes. Patrice bought all the tomatoes, you understand? And of course, the day that they didn't have any bananas, it was for yesterday. Yes, from the bananas was the other article. And the apples and the cider and the cider donuts, all covered already, all written down. Even if I'm run over by a truck, they'll still remain. And the plums got their own article. Because I believe in the politics of fruit and vegetables. I believe that each of them has a point of view. And they use me as a means of bringing that point of view out. And some of these times they're very hysterical. I mean, the fruits, just because you think they're nice and sweet, forget it. They are adamant on their point of view. Absolutely adamant. For example, right now there's a struggle going on amongst the plums.
The benefit of talking to the producer of the fresh fruit and vegetables just adds an extra, I suppose tinge is not the right word, but it adds an extra flavor. The fact that you are getting fruit that has extended the length of his arm and extended the length of your arm, so it is just 2 arms lengths away from coming out of the ground and onto your table. Fantastic.
Much better than, I absolutely agree with you. Beefsteak tomatoes, which I grew up with in Illinois, are almost as good at the farmer's market as I remember my grandmother's to be. Whereas from the grocery store, they're okay, they're acceptable, but just barely okay. Remember, if you go, for those of you who are wondering what we're talking about nutrition, but we're also talking about good content for the website. People will always want to know about good fruits and vegetables, always, and meats also. We do have our meats with no chemicals in the beef. What's called?
Organic.
Organic. So I have a whole range of organic stuff. I'm highly suspicious about organic foods. I don't know, this seems to me a little bit too prissy. You probably deeply into organic stuff. Why don't you? I'm sure that Patrice Porter is. Patrice, are you an organic matter? Get to the heart of this matter. Ah, I might have guessed.
Organic is the name of the game. Organic is the name of the game, but in the skeptical world that we live in, those people need to supply a certificate that proves that their stuff is organically produced.
Yes, I think you're right about that. See, Chris and Vanessa are now going to go. Chris, what are you growing in your garden? Why are we getting into this discussion? But I want to go on record as saying I am not as restrained as Stan Davis, nor am I as niggardly and cheap as Crystal Candace. So, I mean, I exist somewhere between the gentlemen. And I defer to Patrice Porter. I think every fruit and vegetable and everything at the farmer's market, I probably covered them all by now. Cabbage, carrots, tomatoes. The blackberry. All right, now you've got it. The blackberries have not been covered. Do you have blackberries in South Africa? How do we get them there and here? I mean, did somebody bring them with them to South Africa, or were they native, or what?
Oh, yes. No, well, originally, I would guess it would be the migrants, the immigrants that came from Europe that brought them along here. But nowadays, seeding seeds is no problem whatsoever.
Well, you can't do that in Canada. If I wanted to take the plants to Canada or something like that, maybe seed would get away, but nothing else. It compensates the board.
Oh, yes, and Australia as well. Well, the reason why these countries are so subjective and protective is that in the past plants were imported on the basis of surely they will be nice to have and things like that, and then they just multiply and take over and throw the ground where the indigenous stuff should be growing. They just take it over, as Christopher says there, that they end up being classified as weeds if they just crowd out the indigenous stuff.
Yes, the ground cover will do remain. We were talking with Ted Davis, Stan from Nigeria, South Africa. We've been joined by Christopher Ninnis from Cornwall. I am Dr. Lant, the CEO of this program. And by the way, for the references, we do meet here every day at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, 1 Eastern here. This is the longest running live program, and we usually cover an awful lot of ground. We have so many smart people in our organization that any topic, we have experts for. We're over 2 million members now. And by the way, we're on the cusp of our birthday. We're going to have a huge birthday in just a few weeks now. Oh, that's going to be nostalgic time. Anyway, again, we will meet here every day at www.worldprofit.com for a discussion of many things, but money. Let's talk about money, for example. I am not in your camp. Although I'm now an old age pensioner, we have three old age pensioners here with vastly different views of money. Christopher is tight as the drum. I think Stan is what we will call careful, and I just never ask the price. If I want it, I'm getting it. I'm of the, I'm worth it school of Blueberry market. What do you think about that? Would that summarize you? You say you're a careful shopper.
Yes, I try to be that. I have a household manager, normally called my wife, who helps in the decision-making process.
My decision-making process goes like this. I see a white peach, all of a sudden I remember how big they are, I buy 2 pounds of white peaches. That's my decision-making process. Who do I ask? Nobody. And I hand the bag to Mr. Joseph and carries it back to the car. That's how I shop. I am the world's worst shopper. I never compare notes on prices ever. If I see it, I want it, I look at it. Hey, make of that what you will. Of course, it makes me a very wasteful shopper. I mean, it's, 19 open jars of salsa in the refrigerator. Let us not go there.
Well, it is your body that dictates quite often, on the one hand, that you feel that you want to experience that taste, and then you maybe for, I suppose other people would say, overindulge, but your body will also tell you that you have overindulged. So in the end, you tend to become a balanced person.
But I have never reached that point with blueberries. I've never felt that I ate too many. Or even if I ate like hundreds of them, I wouldn't feel I ate too many. Nor would I feel guilty in any way. I do not believe in the socialization of blueberries. Should blueberries become socialized food? I will think of ways to get more than my share even so. I want to go on record as saying that. Quote me.
No. Well, it is quite a unique fruit that you cannot reach the stage where you say, now I've had enough.
I'm sure you can. I'm absolutely sure you can say that. But it might just be because you feel socially malaproper to eat everybody else's blueberries. I might feel guilty for a minute, and then I'd think about something in reference as to why all the blueberries were, I would say they were bad, but I throw them away. I am not above lying to protect my blueberry source. Again, we have all these character notifications going on. Shall we do the offer so the people can feel the people? And there are 65 of you folks looking in the windows who don't know how to make money after that. We're going to ask Stan Davis to read the offer, because we have a $20,000 offer, unfortunately not including blueberries, that we have for you today. But we do have some extra benefits if you would care to join us. And we hopefully lure some people out from the right-hand side of the page. If you want to read the offer, it's in 6 parts. It's worth $20,000. And you read so well.
Let's see if I can still conjure up
the order.
That's what I'm concerned about.
Don't worry, we'll be here to adjust your order.
This is just the come hither part. The serious part is this one. And this is the message that any of the guests that are standing outside there wondering what it is that world is all about. And here it is. And I will read for you. You say you have finished our introductory video. Well, that's great. Then you already know the awesome offer we've got for you. If you order in the next 15 minutes, you get $6,500 bonus offer made video and $400 a month plus cutting edge success materials, all with resale rights. And you get all the materials we have given before. This is worth thousands of dollars. You get total success training in home business boot camp. Also 75 monitors. One of them is me. We'll start closing sales today without ever charging you anything. You also get $800 worth of crucial business and wealth building software, all with resale rights. You also get Worldprofit's unique ClickBank promo kit, enabling you to make at least $1,000 a month without spending a penny. You also get our incredible Magic List Builder, which turns any website into a list building page instantly. And if you accept this offer in the next 2 minutes, you get 10 associate members who will generate commissions for you. Are you ready to accept? Click on Red Order Now link and select option 1. That is the monthly option. Then we go on to the next one, which is like this. And it is important, please place your order within 5 minutes and get 50,000 additional money-making credits, including 10,000 additional guaranteed visitors to the website of your choice from Traffic Center, and 20,000 credits from our popular Safelist Extreme Mega List system. You also get, and it is absolutely free, our newest traffic generating marvel, the automatic SEO promo kit, which has a $450 retail value ticket. This helps get you guaranteed #1 position on Google, Yahoo, and Bing, etc. It also promotes your URL to over 3,000 backlinking sites with just a few clicks, and allows you to post your message on over 70 safe lists and top traffic exchanges. Finally, we will include the SEO Power Pack of 23 software programs with over $1,000. Our gift to you. If you join us now, click on the Red Order Now link and click on option 1, which is the monthly option. Further, still more. If you get your silver package now, you get over 1,000 original articles for your blog by master writer and marketer Dr. Jeffrey Lant. He's the person in the other picture on the screen there. See the complete collection at jefflantarticles.com. Active dealers use these articles to get thousands of responses in just 15 minutes or so every single day. You also get brand new software by master inventor George Koch, which enables you to create hundreds of ebooks in just about 3 minutes per ebook. This spectacular offer is made once only. So act now, click on the Red Order Now button. But there is extra coming on. Order in the next 15 minutes and add this to your 12,000 bonus package. Create, customize, and produce video articles almost as fast as you can, as fast as you can read the sentence. And it is new. And order within the next 7 minutes, and we will include the easy-to-use software you need to give away. Unlimited free advertising to any and all of your customers, whatever you're selling. This is tech wizard George Koch's latest invention, and you will use it daily to get your customers to act, to respond, to buy. A $1,995 retail value. It is yours, free now. It is a Worldprofit exclusive. And there is even more. Video marketing is the...
Let me remind you of this.
Yes, sorry.
Go on. Keep going. You've got
Video
700,000.
marketing is the hot. Yeah, that 700,000 SEO submissions, that is in addition to what we are also offering. And video marketing is the hottest thing on the net. Have you been to YouTube lately? Now you can stay home and profit if you know how to do it. Internationally known marketer Dr. Jeffrey Lant, Worldprofit CEO and co-founder, shows you how to use video marketing to sell anything. Order in 7 minutes and get his incredible video marketing course free. This is a $10,000 value, that, and that's what it will cost. If you go to any university, they will charge you that for a 2-day workshop. This is ongoing training. The course is unique. It doesn't exist anywhere else. Please get it now. Just click on the red box. Plus, and this is very important, plus Dr. Lant's latest book, Net Profits, costing $29.95 at Amazon. But if you get up, you can get it for free. And this is a must, and you must join us today. Right now, chances are you're trying to run your online business manually. Oh, this is a huge mistake. We will automate your site at once, cutting your work by 99% and escalating your profits. Join us. Firstly, you will get free, unlimited, guaranteed, targeted, specific, unique traffic to your website within minutes. Secondly, you will get the #1 position at Google, Yahoo, Bing, and all other search engines within 5 minutes. And thirdly, you can make an extra $1,000 a month, again within a few minutes. And the retail value of these items is $1,750 per year. This is just some of what you receive by getting your silver package now. The monitoring duty, and that could be me, will present the complete spectacular bonus offer to you as soon as you watch the complete video. That means you must click on the green button and watch it first. And if you are quite quick and come along, instead of 10 associates, we might even make it 25, or we might even make it 50. But we need to see your name as interested associate. Click on the green button and watch the video. I have a little bit there, but it brings over the message.
Your attitude is nothing compared to mine. So listen, here's the deal. I've lived through 20 summers with this company now, a minimum of 20 summers. And every summer has the same rhythm. By the time July comes around, most people are sleeping at the beach. Let me tell you how I get through this mayhem without going crazy. First of all, I do a list of tasks that need to be done. By cleaning the closets. How many of you have cleaned the closets in the last 10 days? Probably nobody. Mr. Joseph and I have been cleaning all the drawers and all the closets in the whole house. That's something to do, but also partly because they need to be done. And July is the quintessentially perfect month to do this. Don't do it in September when you should be marketing all the time. Months of the fall, September, October, November, December, are for making money. July is for getting through the best you can. And so we were taking all the china out and washed it. Oh my God, can you believe it? China's and all the today he bought back all the clothes that we sent to the dry cleaners. I made a decision on it all. I gave away half my clothes this year. And tax deductions, take them in July. It's better than waiting until December. The Goodwill and Morgan & Merrill need stuff now. So look around your house as to what the tasks that you put off that you'll never do, or do them now, do them in July. It'll make you feel good, it'll make you feel productive, it need to be done anyway. You get tax deductions for most of them. And you don't freak out. Oh, my traffic is down. Yep, I got news for you. Your traffic is at the beach, and it's going to stay there for 60 more days. You've got 60 days of this, and then, is it by magic? It switches, temperature changes, and everything is back to normal. But this is the summertime norm. I don't particularly like it any more than anything else, but it will enable me to finish the book. I'll finish the bulk of this book before Labor Day comes around. So that's a good thing. So use the summer wisely to develop products, take care of your all the things that we have that we accumulated. Give them away. Take the tax deduction. Might as well get it. I'm going to get a whopping tax deduction this year because we took the time to systematically go through every year. I mean, I had clothes going back to the time I was 4 years old in the closet. I'm not making it up.
Lant, you have given me a glimpse of the American style of living that I've often wondered about. You know, I was involved in the investment industry and portfolio advice, and there was a saying that said, "Sell in May and go away back in September." Now it makes a lot of sense to me that you sell in May and then you clear out your closets and everything yours in July, June, July and August, and when everything has been, let's call it, sanitized and cleared out and cleaned out, and in September when you are now ready, then you get back into the market again. And that could be another reason why that saying was coined. Sell in May, go away, and don't come back until September.
I'm not saying don't promote. I'm saying don't get frustrated when it doesn't work the way it worked in May or April. It's never going to work the way. People take the time to go away.
Yeah.
It's part of the American experience, and not to mention the French and the German and the English who take it to a fare to go. They don't lift a thing to get out of bed in those month of August, for example. Which therefore becomes the perfect month to go to Paris. Paradoxically, is August, even though it's beastly hot. You don't have to wait for anything. Now, mind you, certain things are closed, but all the remaining national churches are open. I have been meaning to do this for a while, but finally, what threw me over the edge is I couldn't get anything else in the closets. They were just filled up. Now they have a pristine look. Everything's neat. Everything's been to cleaners. Everything's been folded, unfolded, or whatever needed. I mean, absolutely everything. It looks like a closet person should look. I like the disaster. It doesn't actually take that long either. I was surprised at how fast we cut through the rubber. We only have one large closet to go, and that's it. But that's not too often.
Well, were you also making way for some of the purchases that are heading your way as a result of the auctions?
Yes, there's another shipment to come that it's going to have about 15 or so lots in it, including a couple that are reasonably large lots. Yeah, of course. This time it's going to be different. I'm going to go to England to see them before they ship. I'm going to go in the beginning of October. Just for a week, but it's necessary for my psychological well-being. I want to go and thank the people that have been so helpful to me. And the book will be done, obviously, by that time, or at least all but done. And everybody that I work with will get copies of it. I have a feeling this will be a very popular book. Because it's, as you see, it has the swing. And I want to finish it up this summer. We'll add all the illustrations, so we have all the illustrations already, so that's not a problem. I hired a photographer for a very goodly price, She came and made 200 pictures for me. And we're using a fair number of them.
Sure.
We have one more shoot to do.
Is it going to be just one book, or in part one and part two, two separate books?
Everyone asks me that. I don't know. All I know is that the first one is going to be like 140 to 150 pages long, which is the kind of prose that I write is very dense. So that's a lot of material, and it's a unique book. It's a book of pure humanity. It's got its hysterical part, its cheaper part, its of course and funny part. It covers the waterfront, and it's honest. It is painfully honest. So I write an article
I think it is going to be absolutely, obviously, being an autobiography, it is one of a kind. But it is not only one of a kind, it is one of a kind of a person that is one of a kind.
Yes. As we put something clear throughout the present book.
Yeah.
It's not a whitewash of anyone. It's an honest, humane book. And we can come up with a feeling of craziness and love.
Well, I'm sure there are going to be elements that people that are reading it will find that why didn't I do that, and maybe I should try my hand at doing it in that way.
Well, there's a lot of that. It's not just a book. It's a revolutionary declaration that museums are doing things wrong, that collectors are doing things wrong. The whole idea of opulent is against the current vision of what people that have that vision. There's a lot going on in this book. It's a very argumentative book about things that I think are being handled egregiously wrong, like poetry in the schools. I come to the defense of all people, Alfred Tennyson, in a very funny way, or Browning's misogyny. There's no whitewashing. Everybody comes through here with the amount of opprobrium that they deserve. But
I think somewhere along the line there is the reference that seek that which is good out of the past and build upon it, which is an element that I think could run through many.
There are a lot of catch points in this book about it became unexpectedly highly unsure. When I was writing them, I didn't necessarily think of it, but by the time in the end, the act was finished, if it was read properly, it was read seriously, right to the heart. And that's for anybody, be it my mother or my father or somebody I met. Nobody knows. It's just a little bit of tribute. I mean, the line, for example, about Ed Coleman is so perfectly captured in those lines about his hysteria. He was hysterical, which is why he was so funny. And I don't even know if he knew that he was hysterical. But then there's a terrible ending to that story about I looked at him and he cried. And yeah, the breaking heart line for it was just 2 words. And I didn't intend it. When I sat down, I don't plan to say I'm going to write about such and such a person. The person in the story fit into the sequence of the narrative, then they come in. There's no reason necessarily why it should be him as opposed to someone else, except that he fit perfectly at that spot. And yet, right at the end, when it says he cried, it's a tormenting line. It's so honest, so silly, so painful. And you're going through this rip-roaring stuff. And by the way, so far the monitors have had a real hard time with the concept of Marcia Jeffrey. Well, of course, it came from Robert Lee, was called Mars Robber. And the abbreviation, of course, master. So it's like Dominus becomes Don, but then Master becomes Mars, and Marshall, and Ed Coleman told a story about old Rasmus and Marshall Jeffrey. Those stories were absolutely laced with things I couldn't possibly talk about here. Sometimes racial from the primal stage, and hence extremely painful and awfully funny. And I no more in the world. I don't even think I could write like he talked, but I couldn't possibly publish the way he talked. I would have outrage.
Well, his language style and comments come out of a particular context, and if it is not seen in that context, it can be considered libelous or even worse than that.
He definitely danced on the edge of the knife all the time. And initially, I was extremely puzzled by this because he didn't know me. How it happened when I came to know this, he did what he meant. And he called me, and I kept his phone number. And then when I decided to move to North Carolina, he was a real estate business, so he was an obvious person to start with. I had no idea I was also getting this serious social commentary every day morning, like 6 o'clock in the morning until midnight. So I used to come home from South North Carolina. I was exhausted, mentally extremely perplexed. It kind of gives you an idea of where Hillsborough. Hillsborough is a charming little town, not far from Durham. But they had two famous industries in the town. It kind of summarizes the kind of place it was. One was kudzu, the comic strip. Kudzu is a kind of a weed which grows anywhere. It takes over everything. So the comic strip's name was kudzu. And then there was the pornographic movies. Here's this evil Jedi Christian town.
My goodness.
It's hosting one of the largest pornographers in the country. And people said, and then it'll be you. You kind of said, A, I'm either a weed that takes over, B, a pornographer, or C, a writer of whatever I write. And I could have told that story, but partly writing a memoir is knowing when the story has gone far enough. But that's what, when we talk about truth, we're talking about relative truth. Because there are truths that I knew that I didn't expose. But you can imagine, they said, how do you know this? I said, because they advertise in card decks, and I own the world's largest card deck, and their cards are everywhere. And it says Hillsborough, North Carolina, and the address. Again, it's the piquant positioning of fact which you think you couldn't mention in this web, which gives the story this savor of salt. So long as you know how to use the knife without stabbing the patient to death.
Yeah.
For example, today I was writing on something that you would find interesting, and that is Louis-Antoine Saint-Just. Does that mean anything to you? We're going to give Stan a quick opportunity here to tell us if he knows who Louis-Antoine Saint-Just was. I told you he was guillotined in 1794. That Saint-Just was the most radical member, arguably the most. He was the man who wanted to try the king. Who said, when they said that Louis' weapon is not a hateful heart, a pistol. So to be a king is to be immoral. And of course, in the fullness of the irony, Saint-Just was one of the last, if not the last, player of the guillotine.
No, thank you. I didn't know that.
Why don't you go down and look up Patrice, and we're going to get Patrice, and we'll do a round of applause for you. Good to see you back. Yes, please. And Patrice is going to come up in your place, and I want to thank Stan Davis and Nice for South Africa for always being a good sport, and for always playing along with us. He's a very high-level gamester, you know that. Very subtle. You have to walk all of it, though.
Thank you very much, Dr. Lant.
Thank you as always.
And not a
Good day, Dr. Lant and all, and
What do you make of that?
that's I love all the berries, and we have numerous ones growing around our place here, and you just walk out the backyard and go pick blueberries. But they're later. I was surprised that
That makes me jealous.
it's blueberry season now, and that was a lovely article. And if you did come up to visit here, I would let you go pick the blueberries. I don't claim them all. There's so many growing here that.
That's because you're a liberal.
All right, so that was an excellent program there, and
I think we have to tell the people about what you're up to on Garden Front.
right now, well, we actually I'm harvesting haskap berries right now. That's our earlier fruits, haskaps and strawberries, and then we have our Saskatoon berries will be coming on pretty quick. As I say, everything's behind this season, so we have a succession of berries happening in the gardens there, and haskaps right now, and strawberries, and Saskatoons are the next ones here, and then raspberries.
Sounds lovely.
Yeah, so raspberries, and then the apples and plums and cherries, and keep it throughout the season. And if people would like to
Well,
check out my
do you have anything else to further add about your tomato experience? I think we're going to have to do something like that.
I'm eating my little Tiny Tim tomatoes that we started with the pre-K. I've had a few of them, but the others are just, starting to set fruit, because, I say, we're behind this year. And if people want to have help creating some abundance in their gardens, you can go to www.gardeningforfoodsecurity.com, and you can check out my home business central at www.20waystoprofit.com, and you can listen to the replays of this program and other Anything Goes programs on the YouTube channel Patrice Porter. And with that, I'll say my adieus, and I'll be up for the next hour here. I'll turn my camera over back from the recording and be up to for the next hour here, and then we'll see you on the next Anything Goes, 1 p.m. Eastern. Bye for now.
This is Dr. Jeffrey Lant. I've had such a lovely time this afternoon. I hope that everybody has it with us. It's always fun to meet and talk to intelligent people about anything. They always bring a unique perspective to any topic. I am the CEO and the co-founder here at Worldprofit.com. I am working on my memoirs this summer, which is keeping me happy, and will be out in the fall. We are here every day at Worldprofit.com in the line to summer at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. And we want to thank Stan Davis from Niceness, South Africa, for just being erudite and a gentleman in an age which does not really create too many gentlemen. And of course, Patrice Porter, who does such a marvelous job keeping me informed. And I'm also grateful for my voice for having not broken any further. In fact, I think it's a very sort of perfect. Thanks again. We'll see you all tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Anything goes.